Hello all and welcome to a video by the Rose System. I'm Sarah and I would love to thank you all for your patience with us being on break. We managed to get the assignments in, which is a great stress off our shoulders. We have another 2 assignments before this semester ends. Hopefully we will be able to get them in without too much hassle. Today is a follow-on from the strategies of reading the Bible. We will look at some journaling methods, some of which are helpful for both systems and for people who aren't multiple. Let's get into it. The great thing about journaling is that you only need a writing stick and a notebook. There are also journaling apps. If you are more technologically inclined, there is an option for you. We aren't familiar with journaling on apps, so we don't have any recommendations there. If you know of any great apps that help you, feel free to leave them in a comment down below. We want to do a review of different apps that you can use as a system in a future video, so if you have any you want us to check out, please also put them in the comments. Let's begin with what journaling is. Journaling is generally a daily habit where you can express thoughts, feelings, and a log of events of things that have happened. It has a bunch of mental health benefits such as managing anxiety and stress and improving memory. It can help you process the things that are happening and the emotions these events are bringing up. There are so many different types of ways you can journal, and you should find what works for you. We find that we use a combination of different journaling styles. There are many different types of journaling, including but not limited to event journaling, which is where you record the events that have occurred. Reflective journaling, which is a reflection upon the events and how they made you feel. Stream of consciousness journaling, where you write as the thoughts come into your head. Art or visual journaling, where you explore modes of creativity as a part of your process. Gratitude journaling is where you log the things you are grateful for. Bible journaling is where you read and record your thoughts on the Bible passage you have read. If you look up Bible journaling online, you will see a lot of drawings and paintwork done in Bibles. My only suggestion is that if you do this kind of Bible journaling, ensure the passages can still be read. Prayer journaling is where you write out your prayers to God and reflect upon the things in your life as you give it to Him. Bullet journaling is its own category that you can find specific videos on. This form takes a free-form approach to organizing your events. There are so many mental health trackers that can be used in this form of journaling. Video journaling is like the other forms of journaling, except you record it in a video. Some systems use their TikTok account or video journaling to update others in the system about what is happening. And finally, digital journaling is the use of technology to journal. There are many apps and computer programs that can be used. We don't have a lot of experience in this area and would love some recommendations for apps and programs to try out. We will be focusing on paper journaling in this video. Any notebook will suffice for journaling. You can get higher quality notebooks like the 160 GSM dot grid notebooks, but if you are just starting, we recommend going cheaper until the habit is cemented. 2 of the notebooks we will be showing you are around the $10 Australian mark. We will also show you some of the more expensive notebooks that we use. There are different types of notebooks, including plain paper, which is good for visual journaling, lined paper, which is good for any journaling type, dot grid journals, which are popular for bullet journals and more freeform journaling, and pre-planned layout journals that come in a wide range of structures. Journals can also come in a wide range of sizes, with 2 of the popular ones being A5 and B5 in size. The next thing you need to determine is what you want from your journal. Are you journaling for your mental health? Are you wanting a record of the day because, like us, your memory is horrible? Are you wanting to explore your Bible more and have a record of your prayers? Once you determine what you want from your journal, you can determine what type of notebook you need. We also recommend with starting small. None of our childhood journals ever got completed because we started too big. So to help us get into the habit as an adult, we started with a pre-planned gratitude journal from Kmart before moving to a dot grid journal where we can make the different layouts we want. If you're wanting to get into creative bullet journaling, then start with a minimalist bullet journaling design whilst you get used to the system before going creative. Now we are going to show you some layouts in some different A5 notebooks as well as a B5 dot grid notebook. We are selective about which layouts from our journals we will show because a lot of spreads hold very personal information. First, let's have a look at an A5 dot grid notebook. We have two examples of types of mood trackers. We use one that is similar to this in our current journal. You can record the multiple emotions that you've felt over the course of the day. Or you can do one like this where there is a scale for the day as a whole. The second one can get very creative. We've done little pots as an example here. All you need is a pen and maybe a ruler if you prefer straight sides, but by all means get creative if you want to. Here is a similar mood tracker to the first one done in a lined journal. We've done a horizontal layout this time. And here is our current tracker done in a B5 notebook. We use more colours in ours because it is a creative outlet for us. Next up in the A5 notebook is a style of habit tracker that works well in a dot grid notebook. Alternatively, you can do a similar style to the first mood tracker in either a dot grid or a lined notebook. Next, we have a trigger tracker. This can also be transposed into a lined journal. We also have a gratitude log in a similar style. For us, we record 3 things we are grateful for in a day in our daily layout. Finally, we have a switching log. This is handy for systems that have amnesia-heavy switches. We also use a prayer point page to record long-term prayers and a chores list. Our daily journaling is done in the evening, usually by me, as I am most frequently the one who puts us to bed. If I'm not fronting, I am generally co-con and can share the thoughts I want recorded. We go through our trackers and logs, then set up the day. Here is an example template of what our daily setup looks like. We have the space to record the events that have happened using dot point format. This is paired with a list of things we would like to happen the following day. We then list 3 things we are grateful for that has come up during the day. We then record the Bible passage we're reading and write down a verse or 2 that stood out or a short reflection on the message of the passage. Finally, we write out a short prayer about the day and the prayer points that were raised during the day. Finally, we'll show you a mock-up of our system journal without all the personal information we are not yet ready to reveal. This is done in a B5 notebook as this is our preferred size. Not everything is shown here, and we are planning on moving to a digital journal so we don't have to estimate how many pages we need for each section. The first page of the journal is important information that every altar needs to know. This includes our legal name, our birthday, the system name, our host, our primary protector, some emergency contacts, and our allergies. We then have a letter to new altars. This fills them in as to where we are in life and what's going on around us. We then have system rules. These rules are decided between Mist and I, and these are just some of the examples of the rules we have, and they're not in order. Then we have alter profile pages. Here's an example of my page and Mist's page. We have name, age, gender, presentation, the roles these author holds, likes, dislikes, and some additional notes. We then have spaces where authors can write about things they need the system to know. Between the two journals, external communication is pretty good. Once our digital journal is set up, we will show you an in-depth video about how you can set up a journal of your own. If you have any programs you use, please let us know. Our mum and our younger sister have very different journaling styles to me. Mine is quite structured. Mum's journaling habits vary. Sometimes she will write twice a day or goes a week without writing anything. She always starts with a record of the date that the journal was written in. Generally, she will include a record of what's happening, including taking notes of potentially historical events. She also includes a Bible reference and a few thoughts on the passage, but mostly it is a chance for her to debrief with God about the stuff that is going on in her life. Her journal doesn't have a structure like mine has. Her style is much more stream of consciousness writing, where the thoughts just end up on the page. My younger sister is different again. She writes about the things that have happened and what she enjoyed about the day. A friend of ours uses a weekly spread instead of a daily spread, so she writes a couple of sentences of what's happened in the day in the box for that day. If a style that is more like our family's approach is more for you, then I recommend starting with the right method of recording these events. These stand for what? Review and reflect, investigate, time, and exit. What is about writing what you want? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Review and reflect is writing statements with prompts like I feel, I want, I think, today, right now, or in this moment, ... Investigate is about taking the time to investigate your thoughts and feelings. This is where the stream of consciousness style comes in. Next is time. This is about setting a time to journal. The recommendation is to start with 5 to 15 minutes of writing time each day. Finally is exit. This is a chance to read over what you have written and reflect on what it says in a couple of sentences. We have added a link in the description where you can trial some different layout spreads. In there is lined paper, dot grid paper, and some different layouts that you might find helpful to start with. They are all horizontal, so they mimic an A5 notebook. We also listed some resources about journaling and its benefits, as well as some places to get some cheaper journals. None of these links are paid promotions, but when we were just starting out with journaling as an adult, we found having these links helpful. Journaling is a great habit that can help with system management, mental health, and deepening your relationship with God. Thank you for sticking with us in this much longer video. We hope that it has been helpful for you. The main takeaway is to find what works for you. Each person will journal differently. Please be gentle with yourself if you are just starting the habit. It takes time for it to become a habit. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It means so much to us. Please know you are loved by the incredible God of the universe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.